Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm working on the doors for the Rally Mini. So they originally got 2 coats of epoxy primer. Then I did fitted the doors on the car, did all the filler work, and then they've been back in the booth here now. They've had another 2 coats of epoxy over the filler. So now what I've done is I've gone over all the doors with 320 grade, just to scuff them all up, and I've run a load of seam sealer around that edge as well. Give it a bit more protection, hopefully give them the mini doors a bit more life. So we're basically at the stage now where I'm going to spray the high build over the top of the epoxy. Okay, so the epoxy I'm using on these doors has to be left overnight and scuffed up the next day. That's on the data sheet, so you cannot go straight over the top with high build. It's not like a wet on wet epoxy, so that's why they've been left, and that's why I've scuffed them back with 320 grade. So if you leave, there is a window. If you leave it too long, then basically you have to scuff them and then go another coat of epoxy over the top of that, and then you've got to go through the same process again of waiting a day or so and then scuffing it up before you do the high build. All depends on temperature as well. If it's really hot, the window's not so big or not so long. It's only a day or so. But if it's quite cold, then you can get nearly a week of the epoxy before you need to put the high build on. But it's all on the data sheet. So this is a Epotech 408 I'm using, made by PPG. So anyway, I'll dust these down, give them a quick wash down with some Prepsol or wax and grease remover, and then shoot 2 or 3 coats of high build. Okay, so I sprayed 2 coats of high build primer yesterday. Today I've block sanded with a guide coat, 320, then down to 500 grade. Just dusted them off outside, and then I've washed them down with wax and grease remover. I'll give them a quick going over with a tack rag. So then I'm going to shoot 2 coats, or possibly 3, of the direct gloss high solids. Okay guys, just finished spraying the doors. Hi you guys, and you join me on an absolutely gorgeous morning here in New Zealand. It's so hot this morning already, it's fantastic. So I've decided to bring all this outside, all the parts that I'm cleaning up and currently washing. So all these parts in here, I've kind of sanded back or used the wire wheel on the grinder just to get most of the rubbish off them and all the old rust and stuff. So in this bucket here, I'm using just a water-based detergent, so I'll give them a good wash with that. Then I'm just rinsing them off with water in there, and then I'm drying them off with a cloth, and I'm going to stick them all in this box. And then what I'm going to do is use this acid wash, so I'll wash them all down with the acid in preparation for paint, and then I'll just take them in the booth, string them all up, line them all up on the ceiling, off my rack. Give them a couple of coats of epoxy, and then shoot some top coats straight over the top. Okay guys, so I'm back in the spray booth now. It's just I couldn't resist going outside in that beautiful sunshine, washing all these parts down. just so much nicer than actually being in the workshop. So anyway, they're all, I acid washed them all, so I've now hung them all up ready for a couple of coats of paint basically. They're just all brackets, hinges, all sorts of bits and pieces on the car. Get heaps of these. It's just all part of the process of putting the car back together. There's probably going to be at least the same amount of bracketry again yet to clean up and put back together, and some of them are actually repetitions, so I only need 2 of these, but I've cleaned up 4 because I had another 2 lying around, so I've cleaned them up because there is going to be obviously another car to do later on, so I could just spray these all at the same time and then put them on the shelf, and then they're just ready to put on the car when it comes to assembly. So anyway, I'm going to shoot 2 coats of epoxy, and I'm going to do a wet on wet, as I say, because there are only brackets and stuff, and then I'll just shoot I don't know, probably 2 coats of a black top coat, which is just a direct gloss high solids. Okay, so that's those parts all coated up with paint. So in the end, I didn't even put 2 coats of epoxy. I just blasted 1 coat of epoxy over it, left it for nearly an hour, and then just top coated 2 coats of I did say high solids before, but actually when I looked at the can, it's just a medium solids direct gloss on there. So I'll take you in and have a look, because what I actually did was the first coat I put on like a solid coat, so they were quite glossy, but some of the parts I want to look more matty, so I actually done like a drop coat over them, just dusted it over, and it's actually produced quite a nice more of a matte finish on them. So some of them I wanted to keep glossy, so some of the panels I have, but a lot of other parts I kept them a bit more, probably look a bit more factory, being matte rather than a high gloss finish on them, and I'll probably do the same with the subframes as well. I'll take you in and have a look. Okay, so you can see on that part there, it has got a kind of gloss on it, but it's giving it like a textured finish, so it is more matty than it should be. If you probably compare it to that panel there, you can see the sheen level on it. So I did the same with all the hinges, and a lot of the components sit underneath. So I kept the accelerator pedal, I kept that glossy. Yeah, and all the rest of the parts I've kind of matted up. So probably not ideal, probably shouldn't really be doing it, but you know, for longevity of the paint. But as I say, I did do a solid gloss coat first before I put a textured mattier finish on it. Okay guys, so I'm going to end this video here. So the next video will be me installing the doors and putting some of the parts back on the car, which is yeah, quite exciting part of the build. So anyway, big thanks for watching guys, and till the next one, cheers for now.